people your influence, please feel free to go on my wall and share it from there. And that would be awesome, because the more people we reach, the more people that we can help with this protocol. All right, now I'm just going to hit record. And share it from there. Perfect. The more and more you do something, the better you get at it. Not that the task got any easier, but that your ability to do has increased.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to hit record and we're going to run. Record on this computer. Welcome everybody to the ER Shred Come Alive call. My name is Sean Escobar and I am your host. My wife will probably join us in a minute because right now she is with the kiddos. And she really, guys, this is one of our favorite things to do is these calls. I just want to thank everybody. If I haven't taken the opportunity to thank you all for continually showing up as you have. It means so much to me personally, and it means so much to Crystal, because I want you to know a little bit of perspective. In the industry, call it health and wellness, call it building community. I've been in that industry for 20 years now, but never have I looked forward to calls. It was always just something you had to do. It was just something you had to check off. Like it was just part of the job description. And whereas in the last year, I can say with all sincerity that doing these calls has been fulfilling for my soul. At a soul level, it fills me up and it brings me so much joy. And I just feel like we're making such a difference. And that's what it's all about for me, is making a difference for other people. I want to recognize this last Monday, we recognized 3 new Mimi Terrell Heart of ER Shred Award winners. And I wanted to just recognize them here. That is Tracy Williford, who is actually Mimi's sister, Joan Fernandez, and Heidi Ryder, who's right there on the call, and I can see her smiling and waving. And we love you guys all so much. What makes ER Shred special is by far and away the people. It's the types of people that we attract to it. And the ones that stick are, in my opinion, these are the coolest people on earth. That's the way that I feel about it. So I also wanted to express sympathy for Blackney Boggs, who was going to share tonight, but she was having a family emergency. So if you guys can all keep in your hearts, prayers, thoughts, Blackney Boggs in the group, and she'll hopefully come on next week and share her story. Okay, we wanted to start real quick for just a couple minutes with an update from Mimi, because last week you didn't get to do that. Are you prepared to do that for a couple minutes tonight, Mimi?
Absolutely, I am.
Okay, so I felt bad that we cut you off last week because we had so many people. So I thought, why don't we just have you share an update first, and then we can get to all these new testimonials.
And I appreciate the opportunity to just share my experience with ER Shred, because as of today, I'm waiting for it to populate here, 354 days since my first ER Shred day 1. And I've continued to shred back to back. I noticed in my first shred that even between the first and second shred, I continued to drop inches, and that was just staying on shake and stakes. But what happened for me in the past few months is that I have chosen to do self-development and shred some of the things in my life that are no longer serving me, or the habits that I have just gotten comfortable with that don't offer me the opportunity to move forward. So if you don't know me by now, I have transitioned from addiction and homelessness in Texas back to Florida and back with my family. And I have continued to improve in my lifestyle. My energy has gotten better. And that's before ER Shred, just starting to heal. But Isagenix is what started me on the path of wellness, and ER Shred specifically brought me to a place where not only did I realize that I was open to understanding who I am personally and spiritually, also with my health, all of the choices that I make specific to foods now are very important to me, and I'm responsible with that now. So I am going to shred something that is my final drop. It's not really my final drop, but on our anniversary shred, I'm going to shred something. I haven't wrapped my head around doing it yet, but I will tell you this. I've gained 7.8 pounds, and I've dropped another dress size and another pant size. And so I'm getting back to my athletic physique from when I was in my teens and 20s. And I just appreciate the fact that I now understand. I have an intimate knowledge, as Susan calls it. I know my blueprint, my food blueprint. It serves me well. And just with the mentorship and life coaching from my sister, and so much open, I've been embraced by so many that it just, and you know, I feel like I deserve that. I feel like I'm worthy of all of the things that I've enjoyed and had come my way by all of you guys. And that's something I didn't used to have. I didn't used to feel like I was worthy. And so I've rounded that corner. I will be quiet now. I just want you guys to know, if you're just beginning doing these back-to-back shreds, once you start leveling out in your health, in your weight, in your pounds and inches, start looking on the inside and start working from the inside out spiritually, emotionally. I can tell you my psychological challenges are so far down in what affects me now. I just feel so loved, and that's why I'm able to love. My heart is open now. So thank you so much for letting me share.
Thank you so much. And I hope that you feel the love, because I hope you do, because it's pretty damn significant. I kind of wish I was you, actually, because I think you're pretty damn loved. You know what I mean? You're pretty damn loved, and you deserve it. Like, look, Mimi, the thing that's cool about ER Shredders, it's all about the feels.
It is.
And I can feel people. I've always been, even as a kid, I could feel people. And, you know, nobody is like perfect. Like, you can't glorify people, because when you glorify people, they'll let you down, right? Because we're all human. But you're a good soul. And I knew that much the first time I met you.
I think I've always been sensitive. My dad called it reading a room. He would say, you can really read a room, because we were on stage, and I knew. And, you know, I see people. I've always seen people. I just always felt like no one really saw me. And here, I feel like people see me.
You've been seen, girl.
I'm making it hard not to be seen.
You've been seen, and we want to see a lot more of you. So you just keep on being you, 100%. All right. Okay, thank you so much, Mimi. I hope you guys can see why this gal is the heart of ER Shred, why the award was named after her. She means everything to us. She's very special. Okay. Next up, we have Jessica Tessier. I hope I said it right, Jessica. You just said it a minute ago. Tessier? You there, Jessica? Can you unmute? She's in the field, like harvesting crops as we speak. Like, this is a legit ER shredder. All right.
She's there. She's trying real hard. I can see her.
I know we heard her talk just a second ago. Maybe
I can see her on my second screen.
Maybe if I request that she unmutes. Can someone request that she unmutes? I don't know how that even works.
Hey,
Susan Look is on here.
Can you hear me?
President Carter's on here for the first. Oh, hey, Jessica, how you doing?
It took me a little bit to figure this out. You know, I just climbed out of the tractor to make sure I could actually hear you guys. We shut down for a little bit, but
well, sounds like you kind of live my dream. My dream is to live in the country. I think I was born in the wrong era. My dream is to live in the country and live a very simple life and just kind of be part of the land and have animals. And today I went and got a half beef. That was fun. So I got a grass-fed, grass-finished, premium aged half beef. So for me, that's really fun to go buy that from those kinds of people.
That's exciting. Yeah, I love the new customers, the first time people. Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
So,
that's awesome. So what is it that you do and where do you live?
I'm actually in northern Vermont. I live right on the Canadian border. I work for the state of Vermont, but we also live and work on a 4,600 head dairy farm out here.
Whoa, that's a big dairy farm. I didn't know that about you, but that explains the tractor and everything.
Yeah, the little tractor.
Yeah, that tractor's bigger than my house. So that's pretty amazing. That's cool. And is it Tessier?
Tessier.
Tessier. Okay, I said it wrong the first time, so it's Tessier. And who introduced you to the ER shred?
Mickey Voter introduced me to it. She's actually the first person that introduced me to Isagenix back in 2014.
Okay.
So I joined in 14, and within a year, I had dropped a little over 100 pounds, and life was great.
Yes.
And then my family packed up and moved to Vermont, and we lost touch with people and fell off the wagon, and life happened. For lack of better words, life happened.
Sure.
I went back to old habits. I started drinking again. I had quit in 14 and was sober from 14 to 17. Once we moved out here, I started up again, and the pounds came back on. Misery came with it because, misery loves company. So it's one thing to the next. And
Right.
then, a little over 2 months ago, I reached out to Mickey and said, okay, I've got to do this again. I'm coming back. I'm doing it again. And she said, have you heard of ER shred? And I'm like, what? Because honestly, I was so hungover when I talked to her that morning that
Okay.
I'm like, okay, you want me to do what? And she's trying to explain it. And then she's like, sent me all the information. And I'm like, okay, we're doing it this way. And
You didn't have any hesitancy? You're just like, cool, let's do it?
No, Mickey, like I said, Mickey's great. She, pointed me in the right direction in 14 and, stood by me and walked me through everything then. And when she said, hey, you've got to try this, I've got to try this,
Hey,
and then
Mickey,
I jumped.
Mickey out there, if you hear this, respect. Thank you for that. That's awesome. There she is. That's Mickey. Okay, Mickey. I don't know if we've met, Mickey. If we have, forgive me, but I call people who take back control heroes, and then people that share with others are superheroes. So to me, you're a superhero. So let's hear. Go ahead, Mickey. Tell us how did that transpire?
I want to share one really cool thing that Jess did that I'll never forget. She had hit her 100-pound mark, and she had been sober for over a year. And when she had called me, she said, you don't mind how much I share, Jess, do you?
No, go ahead. That's fine.
Okay.
Do we need to do like a non-disclosure agreement? What is this?
I need some help. I'm drinking 2 half gallons of whiskey and ginger ale, and she was in a really bad place, right? Okay. And so I said, well, I'll give you everything I have, and let's do this together. And she had, on her day 1 of her very first Isagenix 30-day, thing, she put her half gallon of whiskey above her cabinets in her kitchen. And then on her year 1, and she had been sober, she put it on video for our team, and she stuck her half gallon of whiskey on a fence post and shot it with their shotgun.
Oh, what? Yeah, all these people are clapping. Look at this. You're getting people are raising the roof.
Yeah.
This is cool.
And she went across the stage at celebration for the 100-pound club, and she got her before and afters, and all dolled up from that. And she's done a lot of incredible things. I've never seen somebody, when she puts her mind to it and she dedicates herself, she goes all in, and it's pretty awesome to watch. So when I got that call the second time that she just wanted to go all in, I said, let's do this, girl. So
Mickey, real quick, while we've got you right there, what was your results on ER shred? You mind sharing? Why did you recommend that to her?
My first 11-day ER shred, I lost just under 12 pounds. It was like 11.8 pounds, and lost 27 inches.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
And I can't say, I will tell you, it was a little hard at the beginning. The headache was real.
Okay.
But then my second shred, man, that's when the light really hit for me. I felt amazing. So
okay. All right. Well,
who hadn't cleansed at all for ages and ages and ages. She's like, I don't have a headache. This is easy. No, I feel great. I'm like, of course you do.
Hey,
Oh my God,
again, you remember
it's
that
so fun to
hangover the
have.
day after.
Yeah.
It's so fun to have both of you on here at the same time. The person who shared and the person who was kind of the recipient of that. That's fun. That's a lot of fun. Did you notice real quick, Mickey, while I've got you, did you, and I'm going to put you in for the raffle as well. Did you notice any other non-scale victories?
Sleeping was a lot better. And honestly, my mood, being excited for life again. Right.
Cool.
And just feeling happy and clear. And I notice a big thing with both my husband and I, we have so much more patience with our children.
That's a trip, I know.
Kiddos, and you just, the patience is, I don't know, just
I
happier.
just want to say thank you so much, Mickey. I just want to say that what Mimi was saying about shredding, that's part of ER Shred. And it's a part that we really haven't even, I mean, we've been so consumed with getting this out there to the world and helping people that we haven't even scratched the surface of where this is going in terms of shredding all kinds of limiting beliefs and all kinds of past trauma and all kinds of things that, that aren't serving you. It's coming, but mark my words, it's coming, but it has to be right. Just like ER Shred was pure. ER Shred was born from my legitimate health crisis. And if it wasn't so, then I couldn't sit here with passion and share that with you all. And this next component that's coming is equally as powerful. So anyway, thank you for saying that about the parenting. That means a lot to me. You still there, Jessica?
Yes, I am.
Jessica, so what about you? What unfolded for you?
Well, I jumped in, did the first 30 days, dropped 14 pounds.
Uh-huh.
On my first, completing my first shred. As of right now, after 2 shreds, I'm getting ready to start my 3rd one on the first. I like the first. That seems to be the way I do it. I hit the first and I go for it. But I'm down 32 pounds, almost 50 inches, just under 50 inches. So.
Why do these stories always get better? Like it's kind of like it's like a mountain and you're climbing the mountain. All of a sudden you think you're at the top and you look up and it keeps going. You're like, wow, this is incredible. Like, geez, 50 inches off your body. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, I'm at 49 and a half. So it'll be 50 probably by, if I keep going this week, it'll be 50 when I measure at the end of the week.
People always like it when I compare, when we compare that result to your original Isagenix result, and they like to hear what's the difference.
As far as I'd have to look back to, because I kept all the logs of when I started the first time. At some point I'll pull them out and look and see the difference from then to now. I know it took me it was probably 2 weeks in, prior to a year when I hit 100 pounds. I have a feeling I'm going to do it in a lot less time this time.
Yeah, what I mean though is I'm not even comparing timeframes. I mean more like, how do you feel? Does it feel forced? Does it feel hard?
No, it's easy. It's
Okay.
easy. I crave steak and bacon, and that's of course, butter is, I've been making butter for years. It's just one of those things that I enjoy doing, and I've always liked my own. Yeah. So I compare it to Kerrygold, and it's funny because I'll buy different ones and I'm like, no, it's not the same, and I'll put it back in the fridge and then pull mine out. So
I've got my, it's my favorite butter as well.
But it's, for me, it's, I know where the milk's coming from. I know the cows names that batch comes from, because where we pick it up, and process it, I know which tank, which everything it's coming from. So it makes a difference. What we're chopping today, we put in, probably 400 loads of chopped grass to feed. And it's just, knowing what they're eating, what we're doing it's huge.
Oh God, you have so many people on this call right now who are jealous of you. You have no idea.
I can honestly say, if anybody wants to visit Northern Vermont, I do have room. You'll end up working, but there is room.
Give me an idea of non-scale victories for you.
I just feel like excitement. I'm happy all the time. I'm smiling. I wake up in the morning and I'm so excited to see what today's going to bring. You know, where am I going today? What's it going to be? And it's not, oh my gosh, it used to be, oh no, what's today going to be? Now it's, you know, what's going to happen today? What, you know, and it's an excitement of just what's going on, you know, in my life and the people around me. My daughter is a senior in high school this year, and she's doing this with me. Yeah. And just watching her at the same time, the excitement coming is from her with her results and her just feeling better is amazing.
Your energy.
So that, like I said,
Jessica, your energy is really high, like really, really high. And that is so exciting because I know it's later in the evening and you've been out on the farm, you're working in the tractor. I mean, your energy is awesome. I mean, it's awesome. So how do you feel about,
I feel great.
Did you ever have that moment where you came alive?
Probably day 2 of my first cleanse.
Okay.
When I was like, oh my God. And again, when I started this with Mickey, when we said, I'm going to do this, remind you, the day I called her, I was so hungover that it was like the worst, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, right. So how does this phrase feel for you? I think the way the phrase goes is you'll never know how good you could feel until you understand how bad you currently do feel. I think that's the way the saying goes. Correct me if I'm wrong, something to that effect.
Yes,
you'll never know how good you could feel until you acknowledge how bad you feel now. Something to that effect.
That in itself, that's me. It's like, if you would have talked to me 2 months ago and seen me, I was a mess. You know, I was dragging myself out of bed. I didn't want to get up in the morning. I dreaded going to work. I was probably the biggest negative Nelly you'll ever meet. You know, just I could find a problem with everything instead of, you know, this is going to be interesting to see what happens. I was fighting. Now, mind you, I've got 3 horses and a donkey, and I didn't want to go and feed them in the morning. I didn't want to let them out, and they are my life. Right. They're, you know, I love them to death, but I didn't want to be bothered to go out and let them outside. And now it's like,
I'm telling you right now, we are not crazy. But like, I find myself during the middle of the day, not here or there, but like daily, I will look at my dog. I used to look at my dogs, but I will look at my dog and I will think it's time for Tootsie time. And I will go lay on the floor and I will connect with my dog. And I never used to do stuff like this. It's just trippy.
It's funny, you know, it's like, it's the most healing thing in the world to go and, you know, be with those animals and just have them connect with you. I've got a big Percheron draft horse that I adopted from a rescue, and he is just, you go in the barn and he hugs you. And like I said, I was dreading going and spending time with him, and I'm like, what is wrong with me? You know, and I just felt like I was existing merely to exist, and now I'm living.
You're living. Woo, okay. Well, this was a great testimonial. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to have to move on, but I just want to say thank you for taking the time out of your work. I know you made special time for us. Now you can go back and get your work done. Hopefully you can still listen to us while you're running that tractor. I wish I was there with you, sincerely, just to see the outfit and see how you do that. That'd be fun.
Well, it's sometime, right? Take a trip.
One day, I hope to. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, thank you.
That would make my day to go and see that and to be with you while you do that. So thank you, Jessica.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Mickey. Mickey, we should have you on again, and you can tell more of your story if you're willing. Let me know, because you know it was short, but it was very much appreciated. Okay, next up we have Leslie Lucas. Oh, by the way, Jessica Tessier. Guys, go look up Jessica Tessier's picture that she posted in the group. It's awesome, and you can get to know her better and cheer her on. Okay, Leslie Lucas, are you out?
Hey, Sean.
Whoa, I'm jealous of where you are. Where are you?
I live in Montana. This is the life. And I brought you guys outside in nature because this is what inspires me, and it's worth living, you guys. It's worth visiting here. But holy crap, Mimi And Jessica, can I just stop and say, like, I am so inspired by you women right now. It's insane. I went back and I watched back some videos, like Bethany from last week, Bethany Jorgensen, even Jesse, like just saying there's so many things that I could talk to you guys for like a couple hours right now. But yeah, I'm in Montana. That's where I live.
Look at the sky. That sky, it just looks, oh my God, look at that, you guys. Oh
I'm not bragging. I had to come outside. It's
oh,
so
you're bragging.
nice out.
Yeah, you're bragging, and you have every right to brag because that's just to die for. I hope you're
Hey,
barefoot.
I used to be buried in my house and not come outside when it was like this. So this is huge. This is big. I'm living.
Oh, beautiful. So what do you do for work?
So I have probably one of the top 5 most stressful jobs in the United States. I am an event planner.
Oh, that
And
is.
I do destination events to Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho. So I manage people's expectations all day long is what I do.
And you've got deadlines and you've got, oh God.
Deadlines.
I know.
I've got
You
stuff.
juggle.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff. And I work with like 22 different vendors per each event. And we had all the postponements from last year into this year. So working my butt off, the butter butt. Everyone needs to join like 5 minutes before this call starts because it's hysterical. It's good stuff.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if we all get together in person? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hey, Leslie, who was it that shared ER Shred with you?
So beautiful Lisa Lupo shared it with me.
She's great.
Yeah. And just send some prayers up her way. They had a family emergency this past week. And but Lisa introduced me to Isagenix a long time ago, back when Lisa first started that. And I jumped in for a while and it didn't stick with me. I was in a different space in my life. But this last year, through all the postponements that I had with the COVID cancellations of events, I was in a really like dark place. I was super heavy. I actually decided to kind of take my health back into my hands. I didn't even know about ER Shred then, and I didn't do Isagenix. I just started taking care of myself. Mm-hmm. That translated into my entire family taking care of themselves. 11 people in my family decided to get healthy together. And we've collectively lost like over 450 pounds, something crazy. Like it's crazy. If I line it up, like you go to my story, you'll start to see like all these people's lives that have been changed this last year.
Yeah.
But Lisa, so I found health. I got rid of a whole bunch of crap in my life. I stopped drinking alcohol. I'm feeling good and back to my athletic self.
Sure.
And Lisa knows me super, super well. And I saw her pictures and I reached out to her because she had just learned about the shred not that long ago. Like she just came back into the Isagenix world. She's always been there, but an active participant. And I was telling her how, even though I'd found health, hi Crystal, it's nice to meet you. I'm Leslie.
Hi, Leslie.
Anyway, even though she knew I'd found health and I was eating all the nutrition, doing so good there, I still didn't feel good. And she's like, Leslie, this ER Shred is for us. She's like, it's for people like us that have found health or thinking you're eating nutritious. It's for everybody. Don't get me wrong. The shred, I'm convinced it's for everybody. But she's like, you will be able to identify the things that are bugging you. Like I eat so healthy, but there were healthy foods, nutritious foods that were still bugging the crap out of my system. Right. So after she shared this with me, I was like, fine, I'm just getting it. Like, you're amazing, Lisa Lupo. Look at your freaking pictures. You're the tiniest human on the planet. And you could still see like just the physique, how she changed, how her skin changed. For me, it's all about how I feel. It's not about how I look. That's why I could give two craps about putting my pictures out on the internet, because I want people to like
your pictures
see that.
Unbelievable, by the way. I want to
was
say that
nuts
unbelievable. So, and I hope everybody will go see them. Amazing. And thank you for letting us share those. We appreciate that.
No worries. Yeah, a few people have reached out just to share my story, and So anyway, I wanted to feel better. What I found from shred 1 in 11 days, I dropped like almost 9 pounds. I lost 4 inches off my waist. Like, you're like, 4 freaking inches off my waist. You know how long it took me to do that? The other stuff I was doing. Like a half inch off my arm, a whole inch off my thigh. I'm like, in 11 days.
I'm telling you, whoa.
Amazing.
11 days. And I am not a rep of Isagenix, nothing. I bought this program. I was like, I'm going to shred. And I thought I was going to give myself a break, but I just dove right back in to this second shred. I'm like, why wouldn't I go
back
again?
into this crazy?
I'm like, I'm digging in. And then like, I see people like Mimi and I see all the like big personalities on the ER shred page. And I'm like, okay, I'm convinced, like, this is great.
Yeah.
So I feel good. I'm so happy. I figured out a couple things. The 2 days I was off and I added back in a couple things. I found like 2 triggers right away.
Yeah.
So I felt in control. It's the first time I really felt in control, like that I had a true baseline for adding stuff back in. That was big for me.
Yeah.
I want to share something. Tell me if this resonates with you. When people have that kind of an emotional moment, and I sense that you had that. I sense that you had that emotional experience, and I sense that Jessica had it. Mimi had it, of course. Everybody that's been on this call has probably had that experience. And Crystal and I are aware that we could potentially prey on that emotion.
Yeah.
I want to make people aware of that, because I hope they understand that is not our interest, is not to then get you at that peak state and twist that and manipulate you. In fact, what we do is we basically leave that power with you and say, guess what? Now you're empowered, and now you get to go fail a whole bunch.
Yes.
And by
it's interesting because people they like the parameters that this gives you. Those first 11 days is just written out for you, right? And I see a lot of people post questions, well, now what? Well, now what? And it's like, well, guess what? You, like you said, you get to trial and error this part, and you can always jump back into that shred and undo what you did or whatever it is for you. But when I grew up, or growing up, I should say, I grew up on a wheat farm in Eastern Washington State, and I didn't know until I was this many years old that I never felt good. That I just never felt good. And it was 100% nutrition. You know, you're on the farm, you're eating heavy meals, you're eating lots of wheat and gluten and milk and sugar and all these things. Like farm cooking is casseroles and like all this stuff, right?
Right.
I think we used to cook with Crisco all the time. You know, you fry your chicken in Crisco, whatever. I just never felt good. And so, you know, the other piece of this for me is to not blame anybody. Like, it's not blaming anybody from my past or how I've lived my life, because I get to start again right now, or I get to make the next best decision right now. I get to inspire you guys. I get to inspire anyone who chooses to watch my story, but we all get to make that choice. And that's the beautiful part that I've discovered now that I'm not this many years old. And owning my power and what I bring to the table. So I just want to show up for myself every day now. It just is amazing.
I love that. And you know what? I think that the reason why the question is coming up so often about what do we do now is because we are so used to being told what to do, and it's more comfortable for us to be told what to do. So we're helping people. I feel like it's our mission to help people step into that growth of, okay, you know what is best for your body. Let's stop listening to everybody else. Let's learn to listen to our bodies. And it is uncomfortable. That's why everybody's like, but just tell me what to eat. But I love that this is our mission, is to help everybody actually step into the discomfort and learn how to listen to your body.
I love that part. The other thing I just want to leave with, I don't know how much time I have to talk to you guys, but something Jesse said, I can't remember what call it was, but he's been really busy. It's Jesse, right?
Yes.
Like the busy guy. He's so busy.
Yeah.
One thing that resonated with him, his story and him just sharing so much about his life is I lost over 50 pounds this last year without worrying about killing myself in the gym. It was 100, I want to say it was like probably like 99% nutrition. And when he was talking about, like, of course, healthy movement is important, and he's running around, and I went for walks and things like that, but I didn't kill myself in the gym. It's really important. Like, for me to say that I got rid of that notion that you have to do everything all at once and do it really well and hit it so hard. For me, you can concentrate on like one thing at a time as you get better and better and better at just being, just living, just feeling better. And then I had to get to know myself basically through this process. It's like, what do I do with all this energy? I have I'm gonna go hike that mountain. I'm gonna go swim in
I
that lake.
swear to God,
Yeah.
you see a mountain, you're like, I ought to go hike that
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I do now. I'm like, I gotta go run up that hill. And I did a half marathon this spring. And so just getting my athleticism back. Like I had a doctor one time tell me I'd never run again. I have bone spurs in my knees and stuff. I had so much pain. Now I just know how much that was inflammation and just all these other things that I've been able to help with
What a
nutrition. So
What a story. And you, God, you know, same thing. It just seems like one of the highlights of these calls for us is, I don't know you personally. We hope to get to know you personally,
Yeah.
but it feels as though you are so genuine, and it feels as though you are alive. And
I'm alive.
oh God, yeah, you're alive.
And we know Cassidy. You grew up with Cassidy, she said.
Oh, Aiken.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you have no idea how much I love her. She's unbelievable.
Yeah, we lived in Ennis together for 14 years, and I just moved to the lake, so I miss her.
She's the life of the party.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she's a
Anyway.
lot. Cassidy Aiken. Did you ever know Cassidy Aiken?
I know the name.
So I went, it was cool because I went to, not only did I go to middle school with her, but then we both ended up at the same high school, which was a different high school than we should have gone to. So I just,
funny.
Oh my God, I love Cassidy. So
Yeah.
she's unbelievable. And I saw that in the post. She's like, it was cool, guys, because just so you know, here's Leslie, and she's posting, you know, hey everybody, here's my ER shred story. And then Cassidy comes in the comment and she tags me, Sean Escobar, this is my close friend. And it's just such a small world.
It's a small world. We're all connected.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
And I feel all your energy. It's so good.
Thank you
Well,
so
thanks
much
for having me.
Yeah. Thank you, Leslie.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Leslie. Thank you
We'll
so
check
much.
in later.
I wish we could talk longer. I really do, because I feel like we're just barely scratching the surface. I want to, with that, on that note, I want to encourage people, guys, go live. One of the things that happened for me is ER Shred, like it changed my life so much. And the next, like you say, you look up at a mountain, you're like, I ought to climb that. Well, I just felt like going live, and then I'd go live, and then I'd go live, and then I'd go live. And I just want to encourage all of you, please go live in the group. If you're not brave enough to go live on your own wall yet, we're not saying you ever have to. That's no prerequisite of anything. But if you go live in the group, I think you're going to find a lot of fulfillment. Look at that big old German Shepherd.
Oh, pretty.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, take it as a challenge. I like that. Like challenge yourself to do something a little bit scary and, you know, out of your comfort zone. And going live, I think that is a great way to do it.
ER shredders are growers. We're growers.
Yeah.
And you'll find that we're growers, and we're going to keep on pushing the boundaries and keep on improving. And obviously that's why we're attracting people like Leslie, is because these are your growers of the world who say enough and it's time to improve. And then everything around you improves.
Yeah.
As a result. Okay, we better move on, because I get so excited, you guys. I really don't put time limits on these because I just love it. Yvonne Puckett Breedlove. Yvonne Puckett Breedlove and her husband, Bert. Are you out there?
We're here.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hi, we're doing great.
I love your shirts. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I saw your picture you posted in the group. Wanted to thank you for that. That was incredible. Where are you guys based out of?
Out of Laurel, Maryland.
Laurel, Maryland. Okay, very cool. What do you guys do for a living?
I work for a nonprofit agency in Rockville, Maryland.
Very good. Very cool. And Yvonne, what do you do?
So I work from home. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I have my Isagenix business that I work on the side.
Oh my gosh, that's cool. I once heard a domestic goddess. How's that?
Yeah.
I like that. That's even better.
Yeah.
So give us an idea, guys. Who introduced you to the ER shred?
So our upline had posted about it back in October.
Oh,
And, and I was like, yeah, no, this is not going to happen. Are you kidding me? Butter? No, you're fed all those lies. And then, but I had mentioned it to some of my teammates. And then, so Leanne White, who's on here, and Sally Gojeski, they've been doing it since what, January-ish, or
correct.
maybe even before that. And so we tried it back in January, and, we did okay with it.
Sure.
But then we went back to old ways. We had just come off of having COVID. So I think mentally and physically we weren't there yet.
Mhm.
But I have to tell you, on that first shred, we noticed that, we didn't have some of the issues that we were having, the bloating with having the shakes.
Did you used to bloat on the shakes?
At times, yeah. It would always seems like, he would always talk about how after he had the shakes that he would always have indigestion and things like that. But during that first shred, we noticed that all went away and we were feeling good. So why we went back to the old ways, I have no idea. We kept incubating the shakes and but we added back the wrong stuff. And so hence watching Leanne, watching Sally, watching Jamie Maynard and Denise Brown and all of them, I'm watching them going, okay, we got to get back, because I sat in church one Sunday and my arms went down like this and I felt my belly rolls on the side. I was like, no, not happening. So I came back and I said, I'm doing another shred. Are you in?
Oh, cute. That's great. And so you guys did it again together. When was this?
So we're on our third shred, straight shred.
Oh, you guys have just been going. Okay.
So, yeah. So, but what we've noticed, I'll let him talk about him. But, for me, I've always had an issue in the belly. I've had, 2 C-sections and 3 other surgeries all in the belly, and that's where everything goes.
Right.
So, I wanted that gone. And yeah, I still have it, but I'm going to tell you, my pants are getting nice and loose. I don't, my shirts are fitting a whole lot better. So, and then,
Yvonne, let's finish with you real quick. So how many pounds and inches have you lost?
so as of the last shred, because I haven't measured yet, I'll do that after I finish my 2-day cleanse. But for me, I dropped 8.25 inches and 6 pounds.
Congratulations.
So
That's great.
not
Can you tell us any non-scale victories?
more clarity, more, wanting to do things. Before all I wanted to do was sleep on the couch or, just put my head down or something. But now I'm like looking for stuff to do.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's pretty awesome. Congratulations. That's exciting. I want to ask this because I haven't asked it point blank. Have you noticed anything around cravings?
On cravings,
Cravings.
I will tell you, the cravings for sugar and desserts and are gone.
Gone.
I went to my one of my brother's 50th wedding anniversary party this weekend. And I was helping with, putting the food out and everything else. And they had all these gorgeous desserts and chocolate fountains that I would have devoured before. I came home and I told him, I said, I didn't have one bite.
Don't you feel it makes you feel superhuman, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does, because any other time prior to this, I would have caved.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, but now I look at that and I go, that doesn't even look appealing,
Crazy.
you know? But give me a piece of bacon.
Yeah, that looks appealing.
You know, I keep cooked bacon in the refrigerator all the time. And whoever put up that recipe for the bacon cups, not the bacon cups, but the ham and egg cups.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Was that Heather?
Home run.
I think it was Heather, but I'm not sure.
I can't remember.
But,
Bob
yeah.
Shepard posts a lot of awesome things. There's so
Uh-huh.
many of them that post great things. That's the cool thing about the community.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, you know, you just pile on the butter before, the butter and the Himalayan salt before you eat it. I mean, that is the bomb.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That is smart to have those things on hand. I like
And those
that.
pancakes.
Yes, yes. So good.
Look at you guys. That is so fun, you
Yeah.
guys. What about Bert? How did Bert do?
I don't know.
So he doesn't have his glasses on. He lost 12 pounds and 13.75 inches after
Oh.
2 shreds.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
His pants that weren't fitting, this morning he goes, oh, look at all this room here.
That's so awesome.
Isn't that great, Bert?
I
Bert,
love that.
job well done.
Thank you. Yeah, it works. You know, I mean, that's the bottom line.
Mhm.
And, you know, I gave up sugar, so I have my coffee with just black. I don't even put cream or anything in it. And I mean, that just, you know, you kind of get used to it, but I mean, you know what's going to happen if you go back to old ways. And it's like,
Yeah.
you need to lose weight. I need to keep my weight down. I need to keep the inflammation off me, and just for health reasons. And so it's, you know, this is really a good program for us. It works. And it's not hard to do. And who doesn't like eating meat, right?
Right.
You know, particularly the pig. We all love the pig. Yay.
Yeah.
Oh man, congratulations. Hey Bert, what about for you? Any non-scale victories you've noticed?
I just feel a whole lot better.
Yeah.
You know, when we got sick, my weight went up to like 250 when we got COVID. And then I was at home from work. So every day I was enjoying my bagel with peanut butter.
No, that'll do it.
And I would say, that was good. I'm going to get another one, you know. And he said, you're going to pay for that. I said, I don't care. I just feel better.
Yeah.
So, but now, you know, so I've lost a lot of weight. I've been out walking all the time. And I actually did a little jogging the other day when I did my last walk, because I'm starting to dream about doing some running or something maybe. You know, years ago, I used to do 10Ks and things like that. And so maybe that's in the cards. I don't know.
That
But
is
I
in the,
feel a lot better.
That's exciting.
Now, mind
Yeah.
you, he had both knees replaced within the last, 3 years?
Yeah.
oh my gosh. Well, hey, I think there's no stopping you. I mean,
Yeah.
I think there's no stopping you. And, you know, that's the one thing I've noticed. My body's recovering so fast. I'm recovering at 41 years old. I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. 10 times faster than I was in my 20s. There's
Yeah.
just something going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So why not? Why
Well,
not?
Yeah.
Well, this one, he's 66.
Oh man, that's great. Congratulations.
Well, look at that full head of hair at age 66.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh man, what a beautiful couple. How long have you two been together?
24 years.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
we
awesome.
we met on a blind date, and 6 months later we were married.
Oh,
Oh,
I
that's
love
great.
that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so grateful for you guys. Will you guys please keep doing us a favor and show up in the group and let us be part of your life and your story. And everybody go look up their pictures, because their pictures are so awesome.
Especially if you end up doing that 10K. Like I think like we can all inspire each other by, you know, challenging ourselves to do things that we thought we might not be able to do at a certain age, you know. So we'd love to follow your journey there.
Thank you for that. 'Cause I've been begging people for years, like, toot your own horn, people.
Yeah.
Toot your own horn, because
it inspires
you've got
us,
an
you know?
environment of people, and we want to cheer each other on. So please toot your own horn. Please tell us what you're up to. Please tell us what your goals are and your dreams are so we can all cheer for you. Because what better than to have an environment of like-minded people that are in each other's corner? You don't have that in this day and age. You just don't have it much.
Yeah, and this community is great.
Yeah.
I mean,
So good.
you know, everybody's there to support and encourage each other. So
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, you two, I better let you run. We got two more. Thank you so
Thank you,
much. We
guys.
love you. Thank you. All right, that's fun to have a couple like that.
Yeah.
That's a
that
lot
is
of fun.
Yeah. Thank you, Yvonne and Bert.
Okay, Susan Durden. Susan Durden, and then is it Hermance or Hermance? I would say
Yeah, it's Hermance. It's like her
Hermance.
pants, but
Okay. What's going on, Susan?
Hi,
How you
Susan.
doing?
hey, I'm doing good.
You wrote me today.
I'm
You're
doing
like,
a lot better than I
"Woo-hoo."
was.
Susan, where are you calling from?
I'm in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Cool. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a retired licensed massage therapist / mother, nurse, animal caregiver, whatever.
Yeah,
Jungle tamer.
Awesome.
that's awesome.
Maybe are you friends with Mel? Is she in your area over in Florida?
She is down
Florida's a
south,
big
and I've been
place.
trying
I
to
know,
keep up
but
with
she
her,
reminds
so-
me of Mel too because she's the animal lover.
I was just typing in the chat, the tri-rail goes to West Palm, Susan. I would totally
guys-
get on that train with my
You
bike. and
got a
find
buddy
you.
there.
Yeah.
You got a buddy
Yeah.
there. All right. That sounds good. Y'all get together. Susan, tell us who introduced you to the ER shred?
Well, just watching you, basically, I watched you a lot, and just when I heard your poop story, I was like, okay,
So that's
that's- and so if
All
I get a little graphic, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So
Yup.
and throughout COVID and everything, I watched the Novaks doing, daily with the docs and stuff like that, and being, a massage therapist and stuff. I don't know. I just really kind of jived with them. So I just called them one night and said, hey, I've been in Isagenix before. I don't want to do a business. I need help. I'm sick. I'm hurting. I need help. And she got me a package, and I just went on the group and I did it. And I am so thankful.
Well, we got to hear this story.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that. Shout out to Glenn and Ina. We absolutely love them. They've been moving, so we haven't seen a lot of them lately because they've been busy moving from Jersey, I think, to Florida. But give us an idea what unfolded.
I want to move to Florida.
Yeah, you would.
I would.
What unfolded for you there, friend? Are you wiping tears there? Is that what I just saw?
Yeah, I do that. I speak with my face a lot when I can't talk. And so, yeah, I'm kind of a little emotional, but yeah, just, not spending time in the bathroom and being able to, like, if your mom calls you and says, hey, can you come, can you jump on a plane and come meet me for pictures? And I'm like, I need at least 2 days because I can't eat for 2 days before I do anything, because I knew my gut was like, and then once I got there, she's like, here, eat this. And I was like, well, I've got to fly tomorrow unless I want to spend the whole flight in the bathroom at the plane. I mean, I love you. I'd love to have some kolache and I'd love to this, but my body's just telling me I can't do that. And as being a massage therapist, I'm always looking for, I've done cleanses, I've done nutrition, and January, I was like, I started looking at the AID diet, which is for autoimmune deficiency, which is eliminate.
Yeah.
I eliminated everything until I got to steak and sweet potatoes.
Yes. Give me an idea. I want to acknowledge you for being vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because I know what the gut issues, as you know, I know what the gut issues are like.
Yeah.
And so do multiple people in my own family. And I want to just put out there that people are suffering in silence. It's embarrassing, and people are suffering in silence.
Mhm.
A lot of the people that you guys know the best have some very chronic, severe gut issues as a result of what we've been told to eat, and the kinds of quality of foods that are available to us. And it's criminal, in my opinion. And unfortunately, they suffer in silence. And this goes on for decades, by the way.
Yep.
Mhm.
So what unfolded for you on the ER shred?
Well, the first shred, because I had done the Isagenix before, knew the products were sincere, were going to be there for me, because I knew just steak alone was not going to do it. I knew I needed the vitamins, and I needed the minerals, and I needed the substance, the available food for my body.
Mhm.
And the first shred went pretty good. And in between the first and the second shred, I think I might have even got a hold of you, and I was like, something's not right. I'm dying over here. But I kept thinking it's still got to be better than what I was living. And the second shred, it started kicking in, and I was like, I'm getting this. And so then the third shred, it's kind of, you just kind of keep with it. And it's like, I still know I have a long way to go. It's just, but and yeah.
Give us an
So
idea,
sometimes you can,
Susan.
yeah, it's like sometimes you can see the weight loss, and people are like, oh, you look really good. And I'm like, so they didn't really notice that much. I saw the inflammation. I lost 30 pounds.
Yeah. That's pretty
It was
damn-
all inflammation.
Mm, yeah.
That's something to talk about. That's something to
Yeah.
talk about. And the inches, I'm sure you've lost a lot of inches. What other non-scale victories have you seen?
The brain fog. I mean, I used to kind of like, especially when you're in the bathroom half the morning, it's like, just crawl back into bed, because
Oh,
well,
my
that's,
God.
at this point, it's just kind of whatever, and then, but you just still keep going, because I have animals. You got to take care of your
Right.
animals, and they crawl up there and kind of, and, by after 10 o'clock, you're ready to go, and kind of just, living
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
I just have a lot of respect for you. I really do, because I know how that is.
And quite frankly, it was an experiment. Just like
Yeah.
today was an experiment. You eat something and go, okay, let's see how
Yeah.
this is, and for all of us, it's like when you're talking about, well, what do I do? What do I do after this? Everybody's on their own journey. It's your own experiment.
Yeah.
Does that scare you, or do you find that empowering?
This program is so empowering to me, because I just went through a very traumatic trip that, had I not had these to fall back on, I probably would have ended up in the hospital.
Mm,
So they travel with you. You can do it without a kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean, just, it's so easy, and that you're not compromising your health.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm just curious to know, like, what have you found? I think a lot of other people might like to know as well. What foods have you found so far that that your body likes?
How far in are you? Did you say 3 shreds?
I just started my 4th shred, and I got halfway in, and that's the other thing that I like, because even if you just get that far in, your body even if you just get that first even cleanse in, it's like, I noticed within the first 3 days the inflammation and everything, and then you start building after that. And what's great is, because you can always go to your maintenance, you can always go to foods that are fueling you. And I never
Mhm.
go back to any of the stuff that I'm still wanting to eat those cashews. I still keep thinking they're going to be my friend. They're just not going to let me in.
I don't either. I don't know if there's something mold. I don't know what it is, but
I just learned that cashews are not even a nut. They're actually a bean. And I think a lot of people have an intolerance to a bean.
oh.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let me put this out there. You can tell me if you agree or not, Susan, but I used to look at my very sensitive stomach as this curse and this burden. And, I used to think to myself, why can't I have that person's gut, their iron gut, and they can eat whatever they want? And you know what? I don't think anybody can get away with eating whatever they want. They might not be able to read the feedback that their body gives them, but I can. And my gut has become this ultra sensitive, my gut is my barometer of whether or not something is good for me.
Mhm.
I know almost
Absolutely.
how fast, within 15, 20 minutes, I know.
Yeah.
And for me, I think that's a gift that I can be that in tune with my body.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now,
Congratulations.
my husband's the absolute opposite.
Yeah. Have you,
Did
what
I
are,
lose you?
no, you're there? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
What are a couple of the staple foods you've been able to eat and not have any issues with, like Crystal had asked you?
Steak and the butter, bacon. It's like, instead of cheese, instead of the corn chips, I do like just the those pork rinds, just dip them in butter. Pretty much a lot of butter.
It's
pretty much a lot of butter.
I'll give Crystal a high five, because if you were there, I'd give you a high five. All right, Susan, we love you so much. Please keep playing in the group. You were very active in the group. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, I appreciate, because I do see what a lot of people are doing, and it's really as important as a caregiver. I get it. And we do want to help as many people as we can.
We do.
So
We do.
I love you.
All about.
I've actually met you before, Sean, when you were building a group down here. I've actually got some really good training.
Oh my
Been
gosh.
with your
Yeah.
dad. I love your mother. It's like, yeah, it's crazy. But
That's
anyway,
so cool.
I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a
All
good
right,
day.
we'll see you. We'll see you in the group, and thank you so much, Susan. You have a beautiful smile. We love you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
You know what I love about doing these calls every single Wednesday is that we are having a chance to see people more in real life. So we can put more of a face and a story to your posts.
Yeah.
And your personality. We can kind of get to know your personality on these Wednesday night calls. So it's really cool. It really enhances the whole community that we have going on in the Facebook group, because we're really getting to connect on a deeper level.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We hear your voice. It's just really fun.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Nothing better than people. I wouldn't want to spend my night watching Netflix. If I have opportunity to,
Connect with people.
Last one tonight, if she's out there, is hold tight. Summer Loffridge. Are you out there, Summer, for an update?
Yes, I am.
Hey,
Hi,
Summer, I know you. How you been?
Oh, I have been fabulous. I just finished my third shred.
Third shred. I love her accent.
Awesome.
I love it. Summer, for people that don't know you, tell them where you're calling from and what do you do for a living?
I'm calling from Lafayette, Georgia.
You know what? Why do I always ask what they do for a living? Is that the right thing to ask? What do you love? How's that?
Yeah, tell us something about you.
Well, so it is kind of what I do is my husband is a farmer, and we also grow pumpkins. And
cool.
right now, it's a very busy season for us.
Yeah.
So that's one reason I wanted to do this originally, was so that we could get to feeling better during our busy season. So
Sure. Well, that's fun. My parents delivered a big old massive pumpkin to us last night.
I had to cart it over.
They brought it on a dolly. It was so big.
Yeah. Yay, our first pumpkin for the season.
So Summer, give us an idea what has unfolded, for you along your journey on ER Shred.
Well, I don't know. I just feel so excited. I want to tell everybody about what I'm doing, because like somebody said earlier, I feel like it has to be for everybody. I feel, it'll work for anybody if they're willing to do it. And one of the big things is my husband did this last shred with me, and he's a really in shape type physique and stuff. But during this harvest season, because he farms about 600 acres, by himself. And during harvest season, he just wears himself down so much. So I had been enticing him to do it with me, and I finally talked him into it the third one. And so he blew it out of the water. I mean, on the first day cleanse, I was nervous because he worked really long hours. It was hot and everything. And I was like, do you think you're going to make it through the night? I incubated him a shake that night. And I said, well, I put it in the refrigerator. And if you need it, get it. Or if you want it in the morning, get it. He was like, do you not think I can do this? And so anyway, he just absolutely killed it.
Yeah.
And he felt amazing. And he said the biggest thing, and he tells all of his friends, is his clarity and how good he feels. And that was just, halfway through it.
Yeah.
And so that just, I mean, that was what I was looking for. That's what I wanted for him.
Sure.
To get to that place where he could be in control of that. So when he works all these hours, that he's not so run down. And then, so I also had posted in this third shred that I felt like I was hitting a plateau or something because my progress is slowing down, which I knew it would at some point, just with the weight and stuff. But I kept telling myself, but I feel so good, I don't really care. And I just keep losing though. Like I keep losing inches and weight and feeling good. And every time somebody sees me, they're like, what are you doing? I stand in parking lots and explain it to people all the time. Because when they see me, my chiropractor today, he said, I can't believe how much you've shrunk, like in your legs and stuff. And they're the ones who actually originally got me an Isagenix a few years ago. But it just keeps getting better and better.
Oh my God.
And I've went back to back shreds, and I didn't add back in anything besides one time I added back in mushrooms because I thought that sounded good with my steaks, and I did fine with that. And then I kind of did something I really probably shouldn't have. I decided to have a drink, and I drank 2 beers, and it didn't even taste good. And my husband did the same thing. And we were just like, I mean, just your taste buds change, your cravings change. I really crave my coffee shake that I have made. That is the most delicious thing ever. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes when it's time to eat a meal, I'm like, oh, I really want that shake. So I save it for dinner most times because I enjoy it so much.
Uh-huh.
The thing that you just said about the beer, I haven't had beer in a year. I got a lot of beer. If anybody wants to come have a beer,
I know.
I got a lot of beer that's not going to get drank because what I noticed is that even one beer just bloats me. Mm-hmm. And I just look at that and I don't like the bloat. I mean, I'll live without the bloat. I feel so good. It makes me feel so much more confident when I'm not bloated.
Yeah. A few months ago, I actually tried a beer. Like I was like, oh, whatever.
You did?
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm just going to try a beer just for fun. And I drank like that much. And like you said, I was like, what? It doesn't even taste good anymore. And I just dumped it out because it just, I felt bloated after drinking that much. And, out of the glass bottle. So like that much out of the top. And I was like, oh, it doesn't taste good. And I already feel bloated. So I just dumped it out.
Yeah.
Nope.
And what my husband is, I just feel like I'm, like someone said earlier, I'm in so much control over how my body feels, my weight and working out and just everything. Like, I feel like I have just every tool I need to even drop a few more pounds or gain more muscle or whatever I want to do. I just feel like I have exactly what I need to do that. Mm-hmm. And the biggest thing is when I tell some people when I first started this, their thing was, is that really sustainable? And I just, now when people say that, I'm like, it's just like, if you felt as good as I did, then of course it's sustainable. One thing say originally, which I had not done yet originally on the first call that I did with you guys, but I did, I weaned myself off of an antidepressant I had been on also. And I mean, I had no side effects from even coming off of it, but I mean, everything, I mean, emotionally, someone said they had more patience with their children.
Yeah.
I definitely do. I have, because we're very, very busy, obviously, and I have 3 kids going 3 different directions. So,
Well, that's pretty amazing. And we have to, by law, we encourage people to stay on their medications. And if they are considering going off medications, to consult with their doctor. That's important. But we're just so happy that you're feeling good. And when you said sustained, you said, is it sustainable? And the thought that went through my mind was, I've never felt so sustained in my life.
It is the sustainable thing. Like I tried veganism for a year and that was not sustainable.
Go somewhere and eat a steak of butter. If you, I mean, even if it's cleanest meat, you're still not going to ruin yourself over one steak,
No. And it's nutrient dense. And well, hey, congratulations. Any other anything else you'd like to share around your update? You shared a lot. Don't feel like there has to be anything else, because you did share a lot.
I felt like I had that plateau, and so I didn't do the shred y'all did, where I think y'all were still going. Mine ended on Friday, and crazy kids, and mine ended on Friday, and I lost 4 pounds in that last shred, and so today's Wednesday, and I thought, well, I haven't got on the scale. I don't know if I want to see how much it went up, because I usually will go up just a tiny bit. I actually went down 2 more pounds. So one thing somebody doing was eating more, and so all I did was add a little more meat than I normally did, and like if I had an egg, I added 2 eggs instead of 1, and doing that really made a huge difference.
Okay, well. On that note, thank you so much, Summer, for coming on. On that note, Jesse James Jamnick is the one who he always tells people they might not be eating enough when they feel like they're hitting. I'm not concerned about plateaus myself, because the way I'm looking at it is, if you guys will eat the right things, I really believe over time it's just going to get better and better and better. That's just my opinion based on my experience. I'm not concerned with it, and I wish people would get off the scale, truthfully. I know I ask about the pounds and the inches, but I wish people would get off the scale. Use it initially as motivation to see results, but I'm telling you, man, get off that scale at some point, because it can become your true nemesis in terms of what you think, because body composition is changing. There's a file in the group, and it says, women, trust the process, body composition is changing. And I want you guys to go read that, because it's really important. Your body composition is changing. Just like you said, your legs are visibly skinnier to someone that doesn't see you that often, bi-frequently, semi-frequently. And he goes, my gosh. And that says it all right there. Hey, congratulations. Thank you so much, Summer.
Yeah, thank you, Summer.
All right, we're going to turn it on time over to we're just going to, for a few minutes, we're going to have Jesse James Jamnick, our nutrition coach. He is our ER Shred ambassador around the protocol, and he is going to share with you guys just a few minutes of what ER Shred is, for those of you that don't know, so that you can have a better understanding. So, Jesse, take it away.
So Jesse is not here, but we have him with us in spirit. So he is going to tell us all why we need the shred. So if the sound does not work, please let me know.
I think you'll realize that that's exactly the reason that you need to do this. When life is hard, when life is stressful, when you're not feeling your best, when you have so much going on, when you have sickness in your family, when you have people that are struggling, that is when you step up to the plate and take care of yourself, because you cannot serve from a half-ass empty cup, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't work like that. The ER Shred is simple. The results speak for themselves. It's a year of proven track records over and over and over again. It's an 11-day elimination, reset, shred protocol. Here's the simplicity. We remove all the poison from the human diet. The soy, the gluten, the sugar, the flour, all the stuff that's causing your hormones to go out of whack, all the stuff that's causing your body to go to war with itself during inflammation. We strip that away and we simply teach you how powerful of a drug food is. Take out the bad, put in the good. That is the simplicity of the ER shred. I know you think it's more complicated because you've been lied to for the last 60 years. I will wipe that shit clean for you. Excuse my language, but not really. I will wipe that clean for you, and I will give you the tracks to run on. I have suffered enough for all of you. Sean has suffered enough for all of you. Crystal has suffered enough for all of you. I am done with the fitness and nutrition industry. It is bullshit. It is corrupt. It is just as bad as some of the drug companies that are out there. People need to understand the power of food and nutrition. So we simply take out the bad, we put in the good. The ER shred is the ancestral way of eating with the 21st century modern twist. It is not one diet, it is multiple facets of diets. It is things that we've tried throughout the course of years. It's a little bit of keto, it's a little bit of carnivore, it's a little bit of good quality protein, it's a little bit of supplementation. We teach you how to use whole foods, real nutrition, vitamins, minerals, nutrients. That's my definition of nutrition. If it doesn't contain those, it's garbage calories. It serves zero purpose inside your body. So now it's a choice. Why are you choosing to inflame yourself with poison when you know it serves zero purpose, when you can choose to feel like a rocket ship taking off to the freaking moon, for crying out loud? We use cleansing, intermittent fasting, so much science behind it. We teach you how to use those proper foods. And then we give you one of the best things that you will ever get your hands on. Do you understand? People pay thousands of dollars for doctors and groups. And I just read this bullshit article, Weight Watchers. Their clients are down and they said people are giving up the diet. Well, that's funny because we just had 600 plus people join the ER shred. Don't give me that crap. You know what people are tired of? They're tired of gimmicks. They're tired of bullshit. They're tired of being lied to. They're tired of actually wanting to get healthy and getting nowhere because nobody was telling them the truth. Well, we're going to give that to you, and the testimonials speak for themselves. Join the ER shred, come alive, and realize how epically amazing you were from the day that you were granted life. That is what we are here to do. That's all I got tonight, brother.
All right, you guys. Well, that was incredible. Can we do this one thing? Let me put it on gallery. Thank you, Jesse. Jesse, I've noticed something about you, my friend. I've noticed that the more powerful the
I didn't realize
I put it on gallery. Hey, can we all just unmute and can we clap for all the people who shared tonight? And thank them.
Such a great call.
Jesse, we're sorry you couldn't be here in person, but you nailed that. You nailed that video. We love you, man.
That's great.
Great testimonies.
Incredible.
Great cheers, everybody.
Thank you. Really great call. Another one.
As always.
Yep. So much fun.
So
Thank
inspiring.
you. Thank you all.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
See you tomorrow, Carolyn.
Bone broth for me.
Good night. Can't wait.
Me too.
Call tomorrow.
Good night.
Love you guys.